Hello, we're going to do a quick message today. I don't have a ton of time to record right now, but I was like, I felt so called to message. And so, or to message, I felt so called to message, no, to a message. And so here we are. All right. Right now, you're learning. Okay, there's almost this interesting energy of like the difference between sensuality and seduction. And I know this is like a random message, but it feels really like there needs to be clarity here around the difference between the two and why the energies feel like lack. Okay. Why the energy doesn't feel as good. We have the Satan card here with seduction, which is so interesting. But the thing is that anything that is for you, you should never have to seduce to come to you, right? So, like when you're seducing something, it's like using your power to bring something to you, but it's always in a way that's in service to you. Does that make sense? Like someone who's seducing someone, like if you think about like, and let's say a woman is seducing a man, like she's doing it to get the man to be with her, right? It doesn't always mean that that's a clean energy behind that. There's a difference between that and being sensual, which is being in your energy and just magnetizing it to you because it is an essence of who you are. So one is pretending to be something, the other is actually being it. And there's a big difference there. And so right now you're learning clarity around that. And those specific energies, seduction and seducing and sensuality, those might not be the exact things you're embodying, but it's about whatever you are embodying, you're learning the difference between what's surface and what's below that. Okay. It's so important that you're paying attention to desires in your life that are quote unquote seducing you or bringing you to an energy that is keeping you um in a place where you are going after it because of the looks of what it looks like, right? When you see in movies a woman seducing a man, it's like he like melts to the ground, right? But she could be literally a serial killer and he goes with her and then she murders him. It's really dramatic what I'm saying right now, but it's important that you're paying attention to the things in your life and desires specifically that are pulling to you, right? The things that really want you, do you actually want them, or is it the energy that you want that's behind those things? Does that make sense? For example, just because someone is hot or someone is good looking or whatever does not mean that you actually want that person. You want to know more about who they are. That's usually what you do. So the same thing with your desires and the same things with the things that you're feeling called to do. Is it that you're feeling like, ooh, I need this? Or is it really that it's just so good at bringing your energy in that you're choosing to move into it? So there's a big difference and it's important. This is like another level of discernment that's being asked of you at this time, and to pay attention. Okay? We have memory showing up here underneath clarity, and this is around the sensual nature. This is around the part where it's like, what are you embodied? So it's important to think back on what lights you up and what gives you like that ping within your body, because that's going to be the thing that you should move towards. I'm hearing when you walk, I run. I don't know what that means. When you walk, I run. So maybe um it's almost like I'm a few steps ahead of you. It's like your higher self coming through to be like, when you're walking, I'm running. I'm making sure that I am available for you whenever you need the clarity. But you have to remember how to do that. You have to remember this discernment. You have to remember what you want and what actually you really, really want. Like there's a big difference between what you want and what you think you want. And right now, whoever's watching this, whoever this is for, if this is resonating with you, great. You're being asked to really open your consciousness and open your mind to figuring out, is what you're asking for actually what you want? And this is not to confuse you. This is to open you up and to ask, right? Um, there's something about that. You know what is possible for you. You have visions, you've seen it. You've seen what is possible. For some of you, this is in your career. You've seen what you're going to do. You've seen it in visions. You've seen what's possible. You know what is available to you. Of course, you have free will choice to say, no, I don't want it. Um, but in that same phase, you have to make sure that you're taking action towards those things, not taking action towards the surface level that's seducing you into the energy. It's kind of like, hmm, I don't know. It's almost like I'm feeling like someone following the aesthetics of something because it looks good or because society makes it look some type of way. And really, it's like, yeah, but do you really want that? Like, think about, okay, this is so interesting. Um, I always used to want to have like a super modern house, like with not a lot of stuff, right? Or not a lot of stuff out, right? So it just looks very clean and like perfect. But then it's like, do you really, does that make any sense? Is that really something you want, or is it just something that looks good? Like how can you cultivate that energy of that into something that's actually realistic? Okay, and that's just an example. So there's something about that. There's something about discerning the things you're asking for, discerning the things that you do want in your life, and allowing yourself to tap deeper into the knowledge and the wisdom of what it means to create that. A lot of people just wait around for things to happen to them, and that idea is a seduction that keeps you in a space of stagnancy. So like, what are you listening to? What is your truth? Um, with the five of emotions, which is the five of cups and the chariot showing up, this is about disappointments, but you have the ability to choose what's a disappointment and what isn't. Of course, you can be sad about certain things and things like that, but like at the end of the day, your memories do not have to, you don't have to look back on your memories in a space of disappointment. You can look back on your memories with clarity around, oh, wow, that happened because of XYZ. And then it brings justice and balance to the situation. Okay, there's something about that too. Looking back on what's happened up until this point, you have a choice to choose what that looks like. And if you're constantly looking back on it with a negative connotation, even though that was a pivotal time in your life that changed the trajectory of everything that you've done up until this point, but you're still looking back at it as like you were punished or it was negative, that's keeping you from full clarity on why it happened in the first place. Okay. So it's important to pay attention to this. Pay attention. The three of materials, the three of pentacles, and the knight of emotions. So this is talking about working together. And this again feels like this collaboration with what makes you feel good. Pay attention to what makes you feel good, what makes you feel strong and empowered. Okay. Let's pull one more card. It's the last piece of advice here. Spirit of air showing up says a favorable wind is blowing on your life. Yeah, things are really starting to happen here. And you have to allow yourself to really listen. Okay. Listen. You don't know everything. None of us know everything. And also, there's another layer that wants to come forward that you're refusing to see. Okay. So pay attention to that. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you. I hope you have the best day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.